Okay, so the San Fernando Valley has popped up on your search of one of those places that you're considering to move or relocate to in Los Angeles. Now, there are a lot of great reasons why you'd love living in the San Fernando Valley. In fact, we did a whole video on it. However, there are a lot of reasons why you may not like it here so much. And in this video, we're going to give you our 5 worst things about living in the San Fernando Valley area, so stay tuned. What's up everyone, it's Dave Fine here of the Real Estate Dads right here in Los Angeles. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel if you've been here before. As you know, we do tons of videos of what it's like to live, work, and play, and just have fun right here in LA. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. And honestly, we're getting a lot of people reaching out to us, people like yourselves thinking about making the move here. They're calling us, texting us, emailing us, sending us private messages, and we absolutely love it. As much as we love making these videos, we even love more to help people relocate and find a place to live here in Los Angeles. So hit us up, we've got your back when moving to LA. The San Fernando Valley, or the Valley as we call it here, a lot of great things about it and many reasons why you may love living here. However, there may be a lot of reasons why you don't like it here so much. And in this video, as I mentioned, we're going to go over those top 5 worst things about living in the Valley. And we're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to be completely transparent. I live here, so I know it, and I'm just going to tell it to you straight. So let's just jump right into it with the number 1 reason why you may not like living here, and that is the heat. Holy crap, it is hot here. It is hot as hell, and for many, many months at a time. Now, we're not talking like 80, 85 degrees. That's warm. But when we're talking hot, we're talking 90, 95, 100, 110, and 120 degrees, sometimes for a couple of months at a time. And we have a heat season basically from June all the way through the end of October. And we're talking like Halloween Day could be 90 degrees. So if you're not into the heat, or if the heat really bothers you, the Valley may not be the place for you. And it is stifling. We are about 15 to 30 degrees warmer than other parts of LA County. And when people think the Valley, or if you say the Valley to people that live here, automatically they think it's hot there, right? Yes, it absolutely is hot. You gotta wear your sunscreen constantly, or else you're gonna burn in minutes. And the other reason, not so much that the heat is overwhelming, which it is, but if you have a family like myself, I've got 2 small kids, they want to be outside all the time. It's tough because for months at a time, sometimes we have to keep them indoors so they don't overheat or get burned, or we have to find indoor activities. And my kids love being outside, so it's tough. Sometimes we have to drive into the west side or go to the beach areas just to get a break from this heat. So it is tough, and it could be very overwhelming to deal with the heat if you're not used to it, especially. Now, there are a couple of good reasons or good things that come out of the heat season that we have here. If you're a person that likes to get up and take walks in the morning, it's warm already, so you just throw on shorts and a t-shirt and you're out the door. If you like to go for walks or work out and be in the fresh air and be in the morning, you don't have to worry about it being cold, especially during the spring and summertime. And if you like to hang out in the evenings on your porch or in the backyard on the chairs and just kind of sipping a glass of wine or chilling or taking it easy, you can easily be outside till like 10 p.m. because it's probably still around 70 to 80 degrees outside. And it's fun for the kids in the evening after dinner if they want to play outside. It is light out until around 8:30, and it's warm out, so they're just in their shorts and t-shirts having fun outside. And that's something you may not be able to do if you're in the coastal regions or the west side of Los Angeles. It's something pretty unique to the Valley. So there are some positives that come with it, but overall, it is stifling hot here. So if you're not used to it or you don't like it, this may not be the place for you. All right, the number 2 worst thing about living in the Valley is you feel removed from it all. And what I mean by that is you're not really in the action of Los Angeles. You're not in the downtown area. You're not by the beach. You're not by all the tourist attractions. It's pulled back. You're in the suburbs. So it's more laid back. So if you're into the laid back vibe, or you feel like you don't need to be right in the middle of the hustle, then this is the place. But if that's not your thing and you want to be kind of in the center of it, the center of attention, where all the action is, then the Valley is not the place for you, especially when it takes so long to get to places in LA. As mentioned in other videos, when you're in the Valley, driving within the community, it's not so bad. But when you want to go to other regions like downtown or the beach or West LA, then you have to hit up the freeways like the 405 and the 101, and those are basically parking lots. And so there are times where you may have these plans where you think you want to go somewhere and you end up not going. So it even kind of reinforces the idea that you just feel removed from a lot of the action. So that's the number 2 reason of why you may not like living in the Valley area. All right, the third item on the list of reasons why you may not like living in the Valley so much is the proximity to beaches. Or I should say, we're not really close to the beach at all. Now, someone who grew up by the beach like myself, as a kid, I was always going to the beach, riding my bike there. When I was of driving age, I would just hop in my car. It was one of those things I didn't have to plan out. I was about 3 miles from there, and I can just go for an hour, go for a half hour, go for the day, whenever I wanted on a whim. When you're in the Valley, and I've got a family, so we've got to plan things out. It's not just one of those things like, hey, let's go to the beach, and you just go. You plan it out because it's a bit of a trek and it takes a while to get there. And with 2 small kids like myself, I kind of miss that part about being on the west side. I will say, however, the drive to the beach is quite beautiful. You can go to the beach several ways. One is the 101 to the 405 to the 10. Those are the freeways. It's a mess. It's a nightmare. Not fun drive. The other 2 ways is through Topanga Canyon Boulevard and Canyon Road. Now, Topanga Canyon Boulevard is one of the main arteries connecting the coastline and the beach areas to the Valley area. And it's a beautiful drive, and you get to go through the Topanga neighborhood, which has these really cool eclectic shops. It's kind of way out there, a little whimsical. It does get trafficy. There's only, it's 1-lane highways, and so if there's a backup or a stall or an accident, you're pretty much screwed and you're just sitting there. But you go through the canyons and it's quite nice, and they actually have overlooks and places that you can stop for little hiking trails. So you can kind of make a little whole adventure and day trip out of just going through Topanga Canyon and then getting to the beach. Now I'll take you into the Santa Monica Beach area. The other main artery connecting the ocean to the Valley would be Canyon Road, and that actually takes you more into the Malibu area. And again, it's quite a nice drive, beautiful, scenic. So although we don't live by the beach, at least the drive to the beach is quite nice. So if you are someone that's coming to LA, you're gonna live here and you feel like you're an ocean person, you wanna hang out on the beach all the time and enjoy the beach weather and the breeze, well, then the Valley is not so much for you. All right, number 4 on our list of reasons why you may not like the Valley so much is nightlife. We don't really have much of a nightlife here. Pretty much past 9, 10 o'clock, things are shut, places are closed. They have a few bars here and there along Ventura Boulevard, but for the most part, you're not really going anywhere. Most people are in bed by that time if you're in the Valley. It's more of a sleepy region of Los Angeles, so if you're looking for that nightlife or the club scene or your restaurants that stay open late or the bars, then the Valley is definitely not for you. You may find parts of that when you're in North Hollywood or Studio City or Universal. They stay open a little bit longer over there, but in general, when you're in the San Fernando Valley, you just kind of have to come to terms with there's not much of a nightlife. Now, again, for me and my family and where I am in life, it works out perfectly. I used to be at the clubs, I used to be at the bars constantly, so I wanted to be close to Sunset, I wanted to be close to Hollywood or even Santa Monica or West LA, where things just stayed open longer and there was more of that scene. Now, for me personally, I like that more laid back lifestyle. The community I am we're all kind of similar, so I'm meeting people that are kind of like-minded in that way too, which is nice. So if you're looking for that entertainment at night, the Valley is definitely not for you. All right, the 5th item on the list of reasons why you may not like living in the Valley are earthquakes. Kind of a weird topic to talk about because it's not something that you'd basically experience every day or even every year, but it's enough. We have enough large earthquakes in the Valley to make it 5th on our list. In the last 40 years or so, there have been 2 major earthquakes in the LA region, and they've both been centered right here in the Valley. I got to experience one of them in 1994, the Northridge earthquake. I actually was living in Mar Vista, the west side of LA, which is about 15 miles, I was about 15 miles south of the epicenter. And it did a lot of damage to the house that I grew up in. TVs were thrown across the room, furniture was flipped. Our house was damaged. We had to get government assistance for fixing the home, and windows were broken. There was a lot of damage. I was 15 miles away from it. Then I saw the news and I talked to friends that were living here right in the center of the valley, and it was much different what they experienced. Again, they had a lot of damage, but there was a lot of injuries. There was building collapses. So there's a big difference when living closer to the epicenter than there are being kind of on the waves or the ripples of the earthquake. And so again, large earthquakes, you're not going to experience them very often, but for whatever reason, the center or the epicenter of these earthquakes do tend to be in the valley area. Now, you do get to experience smaller earthquakes, and again, the whole city feels it when an earthquake hits. In fact, my son, who's 5 years old, he experienced his first earthquake a couple years ago, a larger one, around 5.0 or so, and he was freaked out. It was scary for him. For me, I was a little used to it. I know what to do. I know the procedures and what to do to protect yourself. But for him, it was quite scary. And if you're not used to it, and if you got little ones around, it could be quite alarming, especially if you're not knowing what to do. So, again, not something you need to really worry about that often, but if it's something that's just too much for you to handle, then you may want to reconsider the valley area. All right, that rounds out the top 5 reasons why you may not like living in the valley area. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe. If you want to see more want to know when more videos hit our YouTube channel, tap the bell to get notified, and we'll see you on the next one.